Yeah. 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 We rolling deep across our 10 in the dirty South where the rim was blend. From Lake Charles to Baton Rouge, we riding with the Saints under them southern skies. We hustle hard, ain't no time to stop. Drive to the top, it's our time to shine. From Nola's heart, we redefine the grind. Southwest Louisiana, stand up proud. With every beat, we bring the heat, hear the crowd. From Houston streets to Lafayette, Low McNeese. Right, let the raging cages flow. DJ Dirty South, turn it up loud. Marking our vibes, yeah, we make our proud. Get on the bus, we coming alive. Drive to the top, it's our time to shine. From Nola's heart, we redefine the grind. Southwest Louisiana, stand up proud.
Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another live edition of On The Go right here on Driving to the Top Productions and Dirty South Entertainment. I am Marky Mark. Dirty South is your host. What's up, everybody, on this Thursday? It is June 18th, 2026. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Going to be a good show. Before we go any further, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow me on X at DirtySouthENT_. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This show, of course, is presented by first POGGERS, the official vitamin supplement of On The Go, and our second sponsor, Rogue Energy, the official gaming drink of On The Go. Pick your poison, poggers.shop, or go to rogueenergy.com or download that Apple native mobile device. Use that promo code OTG to get 10% off of your order. And as a matter of fact, I got some that just came in. I'm going to have to start drinking. Also, shouts, Rogue Energy is now also the official gaming drink of Driving to the Top Productions. So you got my promo code, or you can use theirs, DTTP. This one finally come in. Got the new one, Citrus Splash. I've been waiting to try this one. I'm going to try that one this weekend. My go-to, Blue Raspberry. Best one there is, best hydration one right here, Snowstorm. Be sure to check that one out. Chill, you only got two options, but in packets, they only have strawberry hibiscus. They don't have peaches and dreams yet. And I got blood orange, another one I absolutely love. So that's 5 good ones I highly recommend. Be sure to get you some. Tell them I sent you, or Driving to the Top sent you. So you can use my promo code, or you can use Driving to the Top. So it don't matter. Well, we're going to have a good one today. I want to start off. We're going to be a little patriotic here. Let's start with probably the most patriotic show I've ever seen in the last, I've been alive 36 years. I'll be 37 in August. UFC Freedom 250. Let's start off with that one. Once-in-a-lifetime event at the White House lawn, at the White House in D.C. I think there was around 4,300, they estimated, in the little pit area where they had the military in attendance, the Trump supporters and the trustees of him and Dana White in attendance. But down at the what was that ground? The ground was called, where they had the stage set up and the ones for the public to watch. It's called the Ellipse. They had over 85,000 people watching it from the Ellipse. So it was a very successful show. I think they said it was over 100 million people tuned in. I've heard 7 million. I've heard 150 million. I can't recall what the real number was, but that was a hell of a night. Unlike any other fight I've ever seen. Plus, this might be the only time I've ever seen a UFC card where every fight ended in some knockout or so. The first fight, Diego Lopez defeated Steve Garcia in the second round by knockout with punches. The rest of the card was all TKO. In the middleweight, Bo Nicol defeated Kyle Dawkins by TKO in the first round with punches and elbows. In the lightweight, Mauricio Ruffy defeated Michael Chandler by TKO in the first round with a spinning wheel kick and punches. In the heavyweight, Josh Hokick defeated Derek Lewis by TKO in the second round with punches. Bantamweight, Sean O'Malley defeated Ayman Zahabi by TKO in the second round with punches. In the co-main event, in the heavyweight, Cyril Gane defeated Alex Pereira by TKO in the second round with punches to become the interim UFC heavyweight champion. And in the main event, Justin Gaethje defeated Ilia Topuria by TKO in the fourth round by corner stoppage to win the UFC lightweight championship. Everything about the show is fantastic, from them walking either out the Oval Office, from the West Wing, any other parts of the White House. I've never been to D.C. in my life, so this show basically gave me a tour of the White House. Loved every second of it. And, people were criticizing the show in any sort of way. The lefties are going to criticize it. Well, first off, this is for the lefties who bitched about this show and wish it was unsuccessful.
Off is a direction you can fuck.
And I know a lot of controversy with Josh Hokick of what he said about Michelle Obama. And people are calling him okay, how is calling a woman a man racist? I didn't hear no hard R or N-word in that post interview. He just called a woman a man. Hell, I guarantee if he'd have called Rosie O'Donnell or Hillary Clinton a man, the whole world would be laughing with him. So for all the haters on Josh Hokick saying he said something racist when he actually didn't, where's it at? Here you go.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh my God. I stand with Josh Hokick on that. By the way, successful show. And I want to give a special thank you to everyone who hopped in the comments or got us our numbers for the UFC 250 watch along. I promoted it, I think, 2 months. It was so successful. I think we were nearly at the 1,000 mark. I know on Driving to the Top's YouTube channel, there was somewhere close to 200. I know I was around 100 something. We had 185 watch from Facebook on not Driving to the Top's X account. On Adam's X account, he had over 400 viewers watching from his. My X account had like almost 200. My YouTube channel had 105 views. Driving to the Tops was like around 200 or something. I'm about to go take a look. But it estimated close to 1,000 views. Probably the largest I ever did on my own. And again, a big thank you to everyone who made it possible. It was so successful. Let's see. On Driving to the Top's YouTube channel, 243 views. So altogether, it put it nearly at 1,000 views. And big thank you to everyone. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate the people in the comments, people that tuned in and watched, that got us all eyes on, like myself and Dylan. Even Papa J popped in. Adam was in. We hosted it. That I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement right now. I said we were going to do it if it was successful, which it was. We will have another watch along coming your way on July 11th, presented by, of course, Dirty South Entertainment, Driving to the Top Productions, and Rogue Energy, the official gaming drink of both On the Go and Driving to the Top Productions. The UFC 329 watch alone. It's the rematch, Conor McGregor, Max Holloway for the second time. Saturday, July 11th, 8:55 p.m. Central. We will go live. We will go live 5 minutes before the main card goes live on Paramount Plus or pay-per-view, wherever you're watching it from. So that's going to wrap up my talk with UFC Freedom 250 and the UFC talk. But we will do another watch-along coming on July 11th for 329. The rematch with McGregor and Holloway is going to be a good one. I know we've been doing FIFA. I'll get to FIFA in a bit. Let me just go ahead and talk about, let's get it out of the way. Let's talk the College World Series, because now we got a championship game set. They will play the national championship tomorrow. It come down. It's North Carolina versus Oklahoma. Tar Heels versus Sooners. And here's how I'm just going to run down this tournament real quick. We'll go to the top of the bracket. West Virginia. First round, West Virginia beat Troy 7-5. North Carolina beat Ole Miss 6-2. In the loser bracket, Troy, shouts to the Troy Trojans, eliminating those damn Ole Miss Rebels who swore they were going to win it all. Ole Miss was the first team eliminated in Omaha, and as an LSU guy, I couldn't laugh hysterically even more. While we go into the second round, North Carolina did beat West Virginia 5-2. That bumped the Mountaineers into the loser bracket. They did eliminate Troy 12-0. They had a rematch in the semifinals where North Carolina for the second time beat the Mountaineers 12-7. They punched their ticket to the finals. While on the bottom side of the bracket, Oklahoma first beat Alabama 9-0. They fall in the loser bracket. Georgia beat Texas 7-1 to advance to the winner bracket. Down to the elimination bracket, Texas beat Alabama 14-2. And to be honest with you, I don't even know why I stress that. Alabama was never a baseball great. They never had a baseball dynasty. I don't think they've ever won a national championship in college baseball that I can recall. I don't think they ever had. But the fact they swore they were going to win it all, not with those hideous-ass uniforms they had, oh, I laughed hysterically. Shouts to the Longhorns for eliminating them. But Texas got eliminated. But first, Oklahoma beat Georgia 4-3. Georgia falls in the elimination bracket, eliminated Texas 2-0. So we got another rematch with the Sooners and the Dogs. Oklahoma beat Georgia 11-4. So now we got an ACC-SEC battle. North Carolina is the heavy favorite. They have a chance to make history. They're trying to win their first College World Series in school history. They've been to the national championship 2 years in a row. Remember, 06-07. They lost 2 years in a row to Oregon State in the national championship. Where Oklahoma, they're looking to win their first College World Series in 32 years. They've won 2 College World Series in 51 and 94. They're looking to win their first in 32 years. Game 1 will be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on ESPN. Game 2 will be Saturday, June 20th at 1:30 p.m. on ABC. And if necessary, they will play a final game. No, game 1 is I was right. If necessary, game 3 will be on Father's Day, Sunday, June 21st, if necessary, at 6 on ESPN. But when I saw these teams' records, bro, North Carolina, out of the 8 teams that made it to Omaha, they might be the best team that went to Omaha. I'll get my shit to upload. I remember I saw they only had 5 losses all season long. I'm going to pull up. I'm actually got it right here. Hang on. North Carolina is 53-12-1. Oklahoma's 41-22. All North Carolina never lost in the bracket. All they need is 2 more wins, and they claim the title. Same with Oklahoma, but Oklahoma has lost just 1 game in this one. North Carolina can do what LSU once did, and did it 5 times. LSU won 8, but 5 of those 8 they've won with a perfect record in Omaha. They've won their first one in 91, 96, 97, 2000, and last year. All those 5 national titles out of the 8, they've won with wins all across the board in Omaha with no losses. North Carolina can jump on that boat and be the same to win their very first with a perfect bracket. I think they're going to sweep Oklahoma. I think it ends on Saturday. North Carolina wins the College World Series and wins their first ever national championship in franchise history. And I'm rooting for the Tar Heels. They're the best team in baseball in Omaha, and no one really gives a shit about Oklahoma. If this were a basketball game, I'd damn sure be picking the Tar Heels. But you know what? I'm going to pick them in baseball. They got a very good team. This is their time. They're finally going to bring a trophy to put in that empty baseball trophy case in Chapel Hill. So give me the Tar Heels to win the College World Series. Well, that'll wrap that up. I feel like most of the show is going to come through this. Let's go ahead and just look at FIFA. We've already been 1 week down, and we're going to start with we started it on Thursday, which I've already gave the recaps. If you didn't watch our watch along with Mexico and South Korea and Kacheka, with Jimmy and I, Mexico won that first game 2-0, and South Korea beat Kacheka 2-1. Man, let's talk about USA's first matchup. They dominated Paraguay 4-1 to be in the lead. Let's look at some team stats against Paraguay. We did do a watch along on that. 65% possession, 6 shots on goal, 3 big chances created, 2 big chances missed, 509 total accurate passes, 65 duels won, 1 save, 13 fouls committed, and I want to say they had, I think it was 1 or 2 yellow cards. 4 goals were scored in that game. The first one was an accident from Paraguay. Damian Bobadilla in 7 minutes of play scored on his own goal, where the star of the game was Valerian Balogun, who scored 2 goals in this game. 31 minutes of play, and the second one was in 45 minutes with an additional 5, so around 50 minutes of play before a half. And then Giovanni Reyna scored the final goal for USA in 98 minutes with extra minutes of play, getting that win over Paraguay 4-1. I know they got a big matchup with Australia tomorrow. Early start time, I think it's at 2 p.m. in Seattle. They did play this one in SoFi. Let's kind of recap what happened from the last week until today. Go back to the June 13th. Qatar and Switzerland drew 1-1. Brazil and Morocco drew 1-1. Scotland beat Haiti 1-0. Australia beat Turkey 2-0. On the 14th, Germany beat the hell out of Curacao. They beat them 7-1. Netherlands and Japan drew 2-2. By the way, shouts out to the Japanese fan base, which Japanese people are special people. After that matchup, no one won the game. It ended in a tie. They stayed after the matchup and cleaned up after themselves. Made AT&T Stadium immaculate, picked up the trash. We need more fans like the Japanese people. See, unlike the New York Knicks, who want to go terrorize New York City, which is mostly bandwagons. I'll get to that in a bit. We need more people like the Japanese soccer fans. When your game's over, pick up your trash, pick up your shit, clean up after yourself. Credits to them. I hope they get, just for that, I hope Japan gets a deep run in the FIFA. Hope and get a win in their next matchup. Ivory Coast shocks Ecuador 1-0. Sweden beats Tunisia 5-1. On Monday, Spain and Cape Verde drew 0-0. All these games were draws. Belgium, Egypt drew 1-1. Saudi Arabia and Uruguay drew 1-1. And Iran and New Zealand drew 2-2. Tuesday, France beat Senegal 3-1. Norway beat Iraq 4-1. Argentina, Messi, baby, the GOAT. They won 3-0. Austria beat Jordan 3-1. By the way, Iran and Iraq, after their matchups, they were forced to leave the U.S. until their next matchups. I don't fucking blame them one bit. You can't trust the goddamn Taliban. But Messi's on a roll, record 6 World Cup appearance, and 3 goals scored. I think scored the most goals than any other player. We'll look at the stats later. The other night, on the 17th, Portugal and Congo drew 1-1. Not a good night for Ronaldo. England beat Croatia 4-2. Ghana beat Panama 1-0. And Colombia beat Uzbekistan 3-1. Did you see that goal towards the end of the matchup? Oh, that was a highlight for the ages. And then tonight, this is we got the final game on right now. Mexico and South Korea. They're in the second half. Mexico is up 1-0. But the other games, Czech and South Africa drew 1-1. Switzerland beat Bosnia 4-1. And Canada blew out Qatar 6-0. So that's what we have so far. I want to see some standings here. I want to see how stats. I want to see Messi scored the most, is the top scorer in FIFA right now. He scored 3 goals in one matchup, where it's a 7-way tie for second with Yazanari of Sweden, Elijah Joseph New Zealand, Erling Haaland of Norway, Kylian Mbappe of France, Kai Havertz of Germany, Harry Kane of England, Valerian Balogun of the U.S., all tied in second place with 2 goals. By the way, I was late posting this while naming these people.
If one of y'all says some silly ass name, this whole class is gonna feel my wrath.
But the top two, they got Messi at top with Yazanari as the top two leading scorers in this one. But by match performance, Germany's on top with who scored the most goals in one single game than any other country. They scored a total of 7 goals in one matchup against Curacao, the most than any other team this year in FIFA. So, and that's just the first week. Let's see what we got coming up for the next 7 days. I know USA is going to play their second matchup on July 19th. They will actually kick off the next night. They will play Australia at 2 p.m. on Fox. Big game. Followed by, we'll go ahead and just pick this now. We got 4 games tomorrow. Give me USA over Australia. Scotland over Morocco. Brazil over Haiti. And I'm going to go with Turkey over Paraguay. I mean, Paraguay might give them a game, but I'm not picking ties here. I'm just picking a straight winner. I don't fucking deal with ties. For Saturday, give me the Netherlands over Sweden. Give me Germany over Ivory Coast. They're gonna probably score another 7 goals here. Give me Ecuador over Curacao, and give me Japan over Tunisia. Oh, Japan. I will stay up and watch Japan play Tunisia. Sunday, give me Spain easily over Saudi Arabia. Belgium easily over Iran. Fuck Iran. Uruguay over Cape Verde. And give me New Zealand over Egypt. On Monday, oh, man. Argentina, Austria at noon. God, I'll try and find a way to watch Messi. Can Messi tie and break his own record? I mean, maybe not, but I do see him at least getting maybe at least 2 goals. I'll say at least 2 goals against Austria, but I got Argentina winning. Easily give me France over Iraq. Fuck Iraq. Norway over Senegal. The Dutch can fucking play some football or soccer. Jordan and Algeria. This one will probably end in a tie, but if I have to pick a winner, I'm going with Algeria. Tuesday, hopefully Portugal can get a W over Uzbekistan, and for everyone's sake, hopefully Ronaldo can get a goal on the board, because everyone they've been eyeing on has scored a goal this FIFA except him. Maybe he'll finally get over that hump and he'll get it. I got England over Ghana, Croatia over Panama, and I got Colombia over Congo. Wednesday the 24th. This will be like the third set of matches for most of the teams that played today. Give me Bosnia over Qatar. Switzerland and Canada, man. I'm going to go with Switzerland. I'm going to pick Switzerland over Canada. I'm going to go with Morocco over Haiti. Brazil over Scotland. Mexico over Czechia. And I'm going to go with South Korea over South Africa. And then the final, when we get to the next time I'm recording, which will be June 25th, USA will have, I'm going to actually, next week's episode, you know what? Another USA watch along. USA versus Turkey, Thursday night, June 25th at 9 p.m. Around this time, I will go live. I will do a watch along with this, and I'm going to still do my usual shit on the show while doing the watch along. But of course, I'm always going to pick the Stars and Stripes. Eagles will fly. Give me USA over Turkey. And also that day, I'm going to take Ivory Coast over Curacao, Germany over Ecuador, Japan over Sweden, the Netherlands over Tunisia, and I'm going to take Australia over Paraguay when we get to next Thursday. And I think the final day of group stage, I think, is the 20... I think it's Sunday, June 20th. Nope, Saturday, June 27th is the final day of group play. Well, that just leaves 2 more days, the 26th and 27th. I'll pick those next week. You've heard what I can on FIFA. That's what I can give you on FIFA. Going in 65 minutes, it's still 1-0 Mexico over South Korea. So that's your update on FIFA. We're going to keep this rolling. This is probably going to be a short episode, because I'm mainly going to focus on championships. I know I can throw a couple curveballs in. I know on the New Orleans side, the New Orleans Saints re-signed Cam Jordan for one more year. So hell fucking yeah. If this is his last ride, thank you for everything you've done, Cam. But I'm hoping after this season you'll want to renegotiate, maybe sign another extension. So you're back in the black and gold another year after 15 seasons. I know the Houston Gamblers had 3 players that got signed by the New Orleans Saints, including one of the quarterbacks, a wide receiver, and I think a kicker. Tulane just got their college football playoff rings and their conference championship rings. I don't have pictures of them, but I know they're on X. They look pretty badass. I might pop them up next week. That's about all I got on the New Orleans side. I got really nothing in the Baton Rouge for LSU. I'll do the Gumbo Gator talk at the end. Let's talk about some championships we've crowned this past Saturday. We'll start with the NBA Finals. First off, congratulations to the New York Knicks winning the 2026 NBA Finals. Got some redemption like it was 1999. You lost Game 5 in 99 to the Spurs. You fast forward to 2026, you beat the Spurs in Game 5. Who got in? Was Jalen Brunson MVP? I'm pretty sure he was. But look, I thought it was a fun series. It was a good series to watch. I thought maybe it was going to go maybe 6 or 7 games. Obviously, that wasn't the case. The New York Knicks were the better team. Yeah, and Jalen Brunson was the MVP. I think it was in Game 3 when the Spurs blew that 29-point lead. I gave up on them and said, "Oh, they're not winning the finals." But it ended in 5. New York was the better team. I know I was rooting for the Spurs. I was rooting for the West like I usually do. But shouts to Jalen Brunson getting that ring finally. Shouts to Josh Hart and Jose Alvarado, a former Pelicans right there, finally getting a ring. Yeah, Jose Alvarado was the second guy from New Orleans this year to leave and go get a championship, just like Rashid Shaheed with the Seahawks. I'm happy for those guys. I'm also more happy for the actual fan base, the actual real Knick fans like Stephen A. Smith, Timothy, Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller, Fat Joe, Spike Lee, Tracy Morgan, all them guys, the real fan bases, not the ones that are terrorizing New York City. By the way, my buddy Freddie, shouts to you, man. Y'all team finally won a championship. I include you in that category too. Y'all not the ones destroying New York City. That's those little bandwagon bitch-ass Gen Z motherfuckers who weren't even alive probably when they last appeared in the 99 NBA Finals. I bet half of them motherfuckers that destroyed New York City were born after 2000. Can't have nice shit with them. But on behalf of the real Knicks fans, congrats to you guys. Y'all were the better team. Y'all deserved it. For the San Antonio Spurs, I mean, yeah, it sucks. But y'all got a young squad. I definitely see on the future. Finally, Victor Wembanyama. Look, I get losing a championship sucks. I know people get upset about that, but dude, how you acted in the press conference, bro, don't act like fucking LeBron James. Don't be a fucking crying, whiny bitch. Walk out the damn press conference and say, "See y'all never." Hell no. You fucking 22 years old. You got a long-ass career ahead of you. You will be back. See, if it had been me at 22 years old losing the NBA Finals, I'd have walked out with pride. Like, instead of saying, "See y'all never," I'd be like, "I'll see y'all again next year, right here for the finals or in a year or two." Have confidence that you'll be back. Man, don't be a whiny motherfucker like LeBron. You better than that. We need a face like you to be a leader because all these other big boys, well, you don't know when Giannis's career going to be wrapping up soon. With that attitude, you can't be the face of the NBA, man. You got to be better than that. But that wrap up the 2025-26 NBA season, which was a crazy one. Of course, I'm going to be looking forward to it again when we get to October for the 26-27 season. I know they're probably going to they got the NBA draft coming up soon. They're gonna start summer play like after the draft, sometime in like late July, early August. They'll have summer play. But New York, I mean, I never seen New York this. Most of us didn't even live to see New York win a final. I mean, their last one was what, in the 73? They had 2 finals in 94 and 99, which, I mean, 94 was their only chance to win, but no offense, you wasn't going to beat the Houston Rockets. Yeah, they went 7 games with Patrick Ewing and those guys. But like 99, no way in hell with that young starting 5, you were going to beat San Antonio. Your only chance would have been 94, but that was a hell of a final when you had like Patrick Ewing and the Knicks against Akeem Olajuwon and the Rockets back in 94. That went 7 games. Yeah, they should have won it that year, but hey, as a Rocket guy, I'm glad that was Rockets' first title they won. We'll see what happens when we get to the next season. And I know this one's going to hurt me a little bit, but another season wrapped up. We wrapped up the 2025-26 NHL season. Congrats to the Carolina Hurricanes winning the Stanley Cup Finals in Game 6 against the Vegas Golden Knights. First Stanley Cup in 20 years, second overall, ended in 6 games. This one was probably, even though the Knights lost, this has been one of the most amazing Stanley Cup Finals I've ever watched. Outstanding finals, but the Canes wanted it more. And this ain't the end of Vegas. I mean, still to this day, the greatest expansion team in NHL history. In just 9 seasons, you've been in 3 Stanley Cup Finals in 9 seasons. You were lucky to win 1 out of 3. You should have won 2 out of 3. They should have won it their inaugural season when they lost to the Capitals. But we were lucky to get 1 in 23 when they beat the Florida Panthers in Game 5. But they'll be back. I know the Vegas Golden Knights just got a new coach. They might make a few changes, but Mark Stone, Jack Eichel, they'll be back. Vegas might be one of the most hated teams in the NHL, but they'll be back. I got confidence. I love that hockey team. Hopefully in 2027, I'll be at that Stadium Series in Dallas against the Stars. But that'll wrap up any talk of the NHL. I know their draft should be coming up. I think they do it this month. The NBA draft and the MLB draft is usually in the summer. I think theirs should be coming up in a minute. I don't know, like a week or 2. When is the NHL draft? I don't ever watch it. I just might keep up with it to see who the Knights pick up. But that's all I got on the Stanley Cup Finals. Y'all want a little introduction video? I'll give you one, because with FIFA going on and watching the NBA and Stanley Cup Finals throughout the last several weeks, I haven't really been keeping up with Astros baseball. I've been keeping up with it. I haven't been watching it, but I'll give you a video to play. Let's go ahead and jump to some Astros talk, because I got some good stuff to say. All right. It's time for some Astros talk, and I got a good slate of Astros talk for y'all. I know I haven't really been talking about them lately, but I'm not going to pick up where I left off. I'm just going to talk about what we've had recently. I know they just wrapped up a 3-game series with the Detroit Tigers. By the way, they did win the series. They did drop game 1 9-3, but they won game 2 4-2 and game 3, same final score. So shouts to the Astros. Adding more wins. Their record still not as good. 35-41 overall record. 4th in the AL West. 23rd overall in Major League Baseball. I don't remember where they are in the American League, but meanwhile, against the Tigers, the batting crew had 11 runs, 25 hits, 9 doubles, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, 43 total bases, 10 walks, struck out 22 times. Batting average, .253. Their OBP was .327. Their sluggage percentage was .434, and their OPS was .762. While the pitching crew against the Tigers allowed 19 hits, 12 errors, 7 home runs, 8 walks. They struck out 36 batters, and their ERA was 4.00. Let's talk about the big news. We got the return of our ace, Hunter Brown, after being out for 60 days with a serious injury. He was back, and in his return game against the Tigers, he only allowed 3 hits, 1 error, 3 walks. He had 7 strikeouts. His ERA was 1.59, and that was in 5 innings. So welcome back, Josh Hader. Hopefully this could put us back in the win column, and we can hopefully do a lot better. This one, by the way, I want to look at some stats here. I never really brought up pitching stats, but I will here. When it comes to team leaders in pitching, Spencer Arguetti holds the most wins as a starting pitcher with 7, but Mike Burrows leads with 65 strikeouts, and he has the best ERA this season at 5.86. Brian King has the most saves as a starting pitcher with 6, and Steven Okert has the most holds with 7 as a starting pitcher. While on the batting side, this is Yordan Alvarez across the board, our main guy. He leads in batting average this season with .325, 24 home runs, 55 RBIs, OBP at 428, and 89 total hits. Yordan across the board with batting leaders. We love Yordan. Keep it up. I mean, also don't forget guys like Christian Walker, Cam Smith, and Isaac Pierotis also as well. But let's see what's next for the Astros. I know this weekend they're hosting the Cleveland Guardians at Daikin Park. Let's see who we're going to have on the mound with both teams here. All right. No game today, so it's tomorrow, 7:10 start time. On the mound, we got Tetsuya Imai for the Astros taking on Tanner Bibby. As a starter for Imai, he's 3-3 as a starter. 35 total innings pitched this season. He's allowed 29 hits, and he had 37 strikeouts, 24 walks, and he also allowed 5 home runs. He's getting a little better. Saturday, we got Spencer Arguetti versus Joey Cantillo. Spencer is 7-2 as a starter. Best starting record. You can maybe say best starting record. 2.57 ERA. So far in 63 innings as a starter, he's allowed 45 hits. He threw 60 strikeouts and allowed 32 walks and only 3 home runs. When we get to Sunday, it's going to be Kaiwei Tang versus Slade Sakani on there. Kaiwei 3-6 as a starter. His ERA is 4.31. In 54 innings, he's allowed 47 hits, 58 strikeouts, 26 walks, and 9 home runs. Then after that, they're going to be on the road for a 3-game series with the Toronto Blue Jays starting Monday, June 22nd, 6:07 p.m. start time, and an early start time on Tuesday, June 23rd at 3:07, and then I'll wrap up Wednesday night at 6:07. Against the Blue Jays, Hunter Brown will start the first game on the mound. Undecided for the Blue Jays in the first matchup. Second game, it's going to be Peter Lambert versus Trey Savage. And the final game with the Blue Jays, it's going to be Tetsuya Imai versus Kevin Gausman. Ooh, that's going to be a good matchup. I definitely have to tune in for that one. Well, that's all the Astros talk I got. And one more thing before we wrap up. We're going to close out a little baseball in Southwest Louisiana here. I'm going to talk the Lake Charles Gumbo Gators real quick. Try and do it a different way. I know I went to one matchup last week. By the way, check out my interview with Bryce Boudreaux for the second year in a row. Numbers are still going up. Big thank you to everyone tuning in for that. The Gumbo Gators are currently 5-8 as of right now. They're 4-3 at the chill. They're 1-5 on the road. They were at a 4-game losing streak as of late. They're currently down 1-4 with the Cane Cutters as of right now. But let's look at some stats here. We'll look at some pitching stats first. Let's see how we're doing this. I know Diego Corrales is in the top 6 pitchers in the Texas Collegiate League. Diego Corrales of the Gumbo Gators is ranked second of the top 6 pitchers in the Texas Collegiate League. His ERA is 3.95. He's 1-1 as a starter. And he had 3 appearances. He started in 3 games. He's allowed 11 hits, 6 runs, 6 errors, 8 walks, 10 strikeouts, averaging 6.59 strikeouts per game. He's only allowed 1 home run. His whip was 1.39. Facing 57 batters. He only threw 5 wild pitches, and he only hit 1 batter. So, I mean, that's not bad. Let's see, he's ranked 2nd. Meanwhile, hitting in the Texas Collegiate League. Let's see what we got here. Oh, the league hitter in the Texas Collegiate League is from our very own Lake Charles Gumbo Gators. Kaysen Bellard is the leading hitter in the Texas Collegiate League. In 11 games played at 35 at bat, he's had 18 hits, 6 RBIs, 6 walks, 1 double, 1 home run. He only struck out 5 times. His batting average is .514. His on-base percentage, .571. His slugging percentage, .629. 1 sacrifice fly on 42 plate appearances. So shout out to him. Who else we got on the list from the Gumbo Gators? Ranked 8th, we got Bankston Lembeck of the Gumbo Gators. In 10 games played and 24 times at bat, he's had 9 hits, 8 RBIs, 6 walks, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run. He only struck out 4 times. His batting average, .375. His OBP is .500. His slugging percentage is .667. He was only hit by a pitch once. He hit 1 sacrifice fly. And that's on 32 plate appearances. So shouts to those 2. Who else is on the list? This is actually the top 25 list. And I got another Gumbo Gator on the list here. Reed Schneider is ranked 19th for the Gumbo Gators. Let's see what he got. In 13 games played, 52 times at bat, he's had 16 hits, 15 RBIs, 3 walks, 5 doubles, 1 home run. Struck out 9 times. His batting average is .308. His OPP is .367. His slugging percentage is .462 on 60 plate appearances. And then finally, in the top 25, coming in 22nd for the Gumbo Gators, Connor Walker. In this one, in just 12 games played and 30 times at bat, he's had 9 hits, 5 RBIs, 7 walks, 2 doubles. Wait, not 2 doubles, 4 doubles. He had 13 strikeouts. His batting average, .300. His OPP, .52. His slugging percentage, .433. And that's 43 times as a plate appearance for him as well. So that's your top 25 hitters. Team-wise, Gumbo Gators are... Wait, this in hitting. Oh, this is in hitting. Lake Charles Gumbo Gators are ranked 2nd in hitting overall in the lead, while in pitching, where's team? Well, they don't show that. Let's see the standings for the Texas Collegiate League, and then we're going to go from there. Gumbo Gators are record not that good. They're like 7th. They're second to last. They're 5-8 overall, but they're not dead last. The Generals are on top with the best record at 9-5. The newly team, the Abilene Flying Bison, are in second place at 7-4. Cane Cutters are at 3rd at 8-5. The Baton Rouge Rougarou are in 4th with 6-7. San Antonio River Monsters are 5th at 5-6. The Brazos Valley Bombers are 6th at 6-8. The Gumbo Gators are ranked 7th at 5-8, and the newly team, the Sherman Shadowcats, are in last place at 4-7 for the season. So hopefully they can keep up and win more I know they're, like I said, they're playing the Cane Cutters tonight. Let's see what the Gumbo Gators have until next Thursday. They go to Sherman for the first time, so they're going to get their first taste with the Sherman Shadow Cats this weekend on the 20th and the 21st. They'll get their off day on Monday, and then they're going to be back at the Geaux for a 2 home game stretch with the Victoria Generals. On the 23rd and 24th, I will be there on Wednesday, June 24th. You can catch me there, only my second game of the season. And when I'm back on the air, they're going to be on the road in Bryan, Texas, taking on the Brazos Valley Bombers, Bryan College Station, the 25th and 26th. So that's what they got coming up. And that's going to wrap up tonight's show. Again, this will wrap up tonight on the go. Big thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely kept it right under an hour. Of course, you know where to find me. Find me on, again, on X at Dirty South ENT _. Big shouts to my former show, the World Elite Podcast, tuning in. All you wrestling lovers, check out Dylan, Jordan, Blaine, and Gary, the Core 4, the Ace of Elite, Hard Rock, Triple J, and the Sensational One. Usually on Wednesday nights at 6. Their schedule usually changes. It can be on Tuesday nights, Monday nights. You never know, but it's whatever day of the week it is, 6 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, for sure. I always watch them on YouTube, and they're also on all audio platforms if you listen on that end, wherever you get your podcasts. So be sure to check out the World Elite Podcast. Speaking on my end of wrestling, Saturday morning at 10 a.m., myself and Big Rich, we do the Cajun Turnbuckle Podcast live. If you don't tune in live within the next hour or 2 hours, it will be on all audio platforms. I usually get it up by noon, so you can count on that. I'm doing another Legends of Wrestling 101 episode. We're going to do Booker T this Saturday, and we're excited to talk it. So big thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to wrap this up. Mexico still up 1-0 over South Korea with 87.5 to play. Good matchup so far. We'll see what happens there. But as for now, I will see you guys same time, same place next Thursday, June 25th at 9 p.m. I'm going to do my usual roundup while doing a watch-along of USA and Turkey next Thursday. I'm going to probably have a couple guys from Driving to the Top with me on it to do that watch-along. We're supposed to have a watch-along tomorrow. I got to see if the Schmittler himself, Dylan, our Jacksonville Jaguar guy, is still on board to host it. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., if there is still a watch-along. We will have one. I won't be a part of it. I'm going to be away at work. Won't be able to do the watch-along. But I'll do the next one against Turkey. So that's going to wrap up. Thank y'all again. God bless y'all. God bless America. Stay hydrated. It's hot as shit. Oh, and Father's Day weekend is this weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, especially all the dads a part of Driving to the Top production. Adam, Rich, Jason, Rav, Joe, Ken, all you guys. Shout out to Papa J. Happy Father's Day to him as well. All the good dads out there. Happy Father's Day to y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful Father's Day weekend. If you lost a dad or you were a dad and lost a child, I send my thoughts and prayers and condolences to y'all. But happy Father's Day to my dad. I know he don't watch this shit, but he gave me my sports vibe. I thank him for that. Thank you for everything he's done for me and bringing the sports world into my life. Thanks, Dad. I love you. Hope you have a wonderful Father's Day. I will end up seeing you this weekend as well. But that being said, I am out. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace, love. I'm out. God bless. Catch y'all next week.